Let's move on to main topic number 2. And our second main topic today gets submitted to us by Alexander Hampton, who writes, "Hey, John, it's been confirmed..." Huh? I think you mean, has it been confirmed? It's been confirmed. Hey, John, it's been confirmed that Lashana Lynch will play 007. What the hell? Don't get me wrong, I'm for inclusion and changing different things, and Lashana Lynch is an amazing actress, but I don't think this is a smart move to make her our new 007. Do you think that this is a smart move to make her our new 007? Thanks for taking my question. All right, thanks a lot for the question, Alexander, and this is the news that just started spreading like wildfire yesterday. I was at Disneyland yesterday, and all of a sudden, my phone starts blowing up with text messages and social media alerts, and my phone's ringing, blah, 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 blah. John, people were saying to me on text messages and social media, they've got a new James Bond. They got a new 007. And it's Lashana Lynch is going to be playing her. What's going on? Okay. For those of you just catching up on this right now, here's the official story that's going on. This is what's got everybody all excited right now, okay? This comes to us. Now, keep in mind the source of this. This is all coming from a report in the Daily Mail, which is not the most, when it comes to movie scoops, is not the most unreliable, but not the most reliable source out there. So just keep that in mind, okay? Not the most unreliable, but not the most reliable either. So just take that with a grain of salt. So here's what they're saying right now. In what's been called a popcorn dropping moment, British star Lashana Lynch will be given Bond's license to kill in the 25th movie in the franchise, currently being shot in Italy and the UK. However, traditionalists can relax. She's not the new Bond, but a new character who takes over his secret agent number after he leaves MI6. The story begins with Bond retired in Jamaica, but Spymaster M, played by Ralph Fiennes, who's got The King's Man coming up, we just saw him in that trailer this morning, calls him back in desperation to tackle a new global crisis. A movie insider said, there is a pivotal scene at the start of the film where M says, "Come in, 007, and in walks Lashana." All right, so we guys know Lashana Lynch. If not from anything else, you know her from Captain Marvel. She was, of course, Danvers' best friend, the pilot on Earth. I thought she was great in the movie. I thought she was great. Here's the problem. So as my phone is blowing up yesterday, I'm seeing a number of headlines saying Lashana Lynch is the new James Bond. And here's why, guys. None of this is important. None of this is important. All right? And here's why none of this is important. Again, understanding that this may not even be true because of where the news is coming from. Now, you may say, but John, I saw it on this website and this website and website. Yes, you did see it on a bunch of websites, but follow the source. Who are they saying they got that news from? And it all comes from the Daily Mail. So it may be true. It may not be true. Let's go on the assumption for a second that this is true. Let's just go for a moment on the assumption that this is true. It's not important. It's not important. John, you might say, how can you say a new 007 isn't important? Because it's not a new James Bond. Assuming for a moment that this report is true, even this report isn't saying that Lashana Lynch is the new James Bond. She's not. If the story of the movie is that this movie starts with James Bond in retirement, then guess what? Then his designation of 007 gets passed to another agent. It's just that simple. So if he's in retirement, that means there's going to be another 007. Their name isn't going to be James Bond, but there's going to be another 007. Somebody else takes over that designation. We've seen that happen before in the 00 movies, in the Bond movies, right? So the fact that there are some people getting freaked out about this, understandably so, because they think that this is the new James Bond. It's not. She's a completely separate character from James Bond. Daniel Craig is still our James Bond in this same movie. All right? She's just playing an agent who takes over the moniker of 007. That's it. And that's completely understandable. If that is the story, then it makes sense in the story that another agent, doesn't matter if they're white, black, Asian, Canadian, British, well, I guess they'd have to be British, male, female, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just another agent takes over the designation. So while everybody's getting all excited about this news, positively and negatively, getting negatively all riled up or getting positively excited, well, a whole bunch of people are getting all excited about this and headlines are running all over the place. And hell, here I am talking about it. The reality is this isn't much of a story. One of these characters, if Bond is retired, the chances were another character that's going to be in this movie was going to get the 007 designation. It's not that important. It's not actually a very big deal at all. Now, look, if this movie ends with James Bond dying and they say, we're now going to call you, I don't know, Jasmine Bond. We're changing your name, 007, to Jasmine Bond to honor James Bond. Your name. Well, then we've got a story. Then there's something to talk about, and we can hash through that at the time. But why cross that bridge right now? Fact of the matter is, this isn't a big deal. It really doesn't mean anything at all, and it's just kind of makes sense and is consistent with what the narrative is right now. Remember, if you hear anybody else talking about this, just remind them, she's not the new James Bond in this movie. She's the new 007 because James Bond is retired and no longer uses the number. That's all this is right now. So let's just leave it at that until we see the movie and see if the movie makes a bigger deal out of it. But honestly, right now, I don't think they will. What do you guys think about all this? Do you think that maybe it's a bigger deal than I'm making it out to be about Lynch now playing the new 007? Or do you think, like me, that's much ado about nothing? Jump down to the comment section below, guys, and let me know what you think. All right.